the exact strategy of exactly what you need to be doing to get that ATP level serve. So here's the footage we're gonna be using from the back angle, coupled with Federer from the back angle, and from the side angle, here's your footage and here's Federer footage. So we're gonna go through each phase of the shot and you're gonna learn the specific detailed instruction as to exactly how to grow that serve to a world-class level. So the first phase of the serve is the toss and the wind up. So let's go ahead and jump right into exactly how you can improve. So the first angle we're gonna start with is that rear angle because we're gonna be looking for the key values of the hip and trunk. So as you see, when you toss, the primary difference between you and Federer is that Federer is gonna have his hips rotated and his trunk rotated significantly more than you. And by you implementing this into your form, it's gonna significantly increase your power and make your serve so much more effortless and confident. So the reason why it's so key and why every top server gets this rotation of the hip and the trunk is because when you accelerate, you're now gonna be able to generate so much more rotational speed from that core going into your contact point. The second value that you can significantly improve has to do with your actual hitting arm structure. So now we'll go ahead and look at from a side angle. As you'll see with Federer, when he finishes his wind up, his elbow is gonna be about 10 or 20 degrees higher than yours. And also the degree of the bending of his elbow is he's gonna have his elbow 10 to 20 degrees as well, more bent. Now the reason why this is gonna be so powerful for you to implement is because by having the elbow higher and more bent, when you rotate your body, it's going to create significant more racket head speed going down into that slot position.
Hey, it's Brian Mariotti. I'm learning from Grant.
Hi, I'm James Suckling. The results came so quickly. You might know me from my masterclass on wine, but actually I'm a keen tennis player.
So now you know exactly how to improve with your trunk and your arm. Let's jump into the acceleration, contact, and follow through. So I gotta commend you for how world-class your acceleration is. You're getting so much pop on the serve. It's unbelievable. And I'm so confident that your serve is just gonna explode by implementing these other tips. Now, the number one thing you'll notice is when Federer accelerates, he's gonna drive his leg, rotate his body, and travel upwards towards contact, moving up in air, going forward into the ball. Conversely, with your shot, you'll notice that at contact, your body is actually going down, which means Federer is gonna be getting significantly more effortless power because he's using his entire weight going up into the shot. So with your acceleration to contact, you're gonna wanna get more leg drive. And of course, we're gonna cover all this in the tactics section. Lastly, the most important piece that you need to improve with your contact is the positioning of your toss inside the court, which is gonna dramatically affect the positioning of your trunk and your arm at contact. So if we juxtaposition Federer's contact versus your contact, you'll see that when you're making contact, your arm is more directly above your body and your trunk is pointed up more than Federer. Versus what you want to do and what's going to give you so much more pop is at contact. You want to be leaning in with your trunk at contact, as you can see with Federer, just like that. So these are all the primary pieces that if you implement are going to radically improve your serve. So now let's jump into the specific tactics of exactly how you can develop this to a world-class level. The next time you step on the court, the first value that I want to develop with you is getting the perfect hip and trunk position. So here's exactly how you can develop it. We're gonna simplify things and break them down one step at a time so you can improve very, very quickly and confidently. So the first thing that we're gonna work on is when you go ahead and set up to serve, you're gonna just focus on creating the hip and trunk values. So as you toss and bend, just go ahead and load up and then freeze and make sure when you finish, your hip is rotated a little bit more than the baseline and your trunk is gonna be facing that side fence. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna keep doing this until you can feel comfortable and you feel like you're getting a hang of that perfect position. From there, what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna go ahead and implement the full toss. So you're gonna go ahead and toss, release, and then freeze, keeping that hip right there. Not focusing on anything else, just mastering that perfect hip and trunk position, just like that. Now, once you get comfortable with that, what I want you to do is go ahead and record yourself from the back angle, hitting serves. So in the second section, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna set up and you're gonna start bombing some serves. You're gonna start going for it and just go ahead and ripping your serve like normal. And what you're gonna do is after you hit like 5 to 10 serves, you're gonna go ahead and replay it back, check your recording, and look frame by frame. Am I doing the hip and trunk just like Federer? And if you're not, just go back and do the slow motion again. Take the pace down on your serve and just master that step. The second thing you're gonna do is now that you've mastered, you've got that hip and trunk dialed in, now it's time to perfect your hitting arm structure. So as you remember from the previous video, is you needed a 90-degree bend and you needed a 90-degree angle. So remember, it's gonna be a 90-degree angle here, so your shoulders will be in a straight line, and a 90-degree angle just like that. And once you go ahead and get comfortable with that, we're gonna implement it. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna do just like we did before. You're gonna go ahead and load up and freeze, and then make sure you're in that correct position. So load up, freeze, make sure you're in that correct position. Then, just like we did before, you're gonna go ahead and hit about 5 to 10 serves, recording from this angle. Focus on making sure you're getting that perfect checkpoint of the arm and of the torso. Lastly, we're gonna close with that optimal contact. So you've now mastered the exact trunk position and the hip position. You've mastered the hitting arm structure. Lastly, let's close with the optimal contact and specific drills that you can use to get that to a world-class level. So, as you remember from the video, the primary piece that you can improve was with Federer. He was tossing about 6 inches more inside the court, which allowed him to get the perfect contact position in front. So in this final variation, what I want you to do is, first off, focus on making sure you're doing everything perfectly from before. So you're gonna do that perfect toss and bend with the elbow in that position. But then what I want you to focus on is having that toss travel more inside the court, just like we saw with that video. From there, once you get comfortable with that toss, and this drill allowed me to transform my serve as well because I had the exact same issue. What you wanna do is, with the toss position inside the court, focus on not driving your legs, but actually tilting, leaning in with that trunk like that and hitting the ball down. The reason why you wanna hit the ball directly down like that is because it's gonna allow you to automatically start feeling that contact in front. Once you get comfortable with that and you've implemented that, you can start feeling the chest in front. Go ahead and record yourself from a side angle, doing everything you just learned with all the optimal positions, getting that optimal contact. Then if you find yourself doing it perfectly, awesome. If you see that you're going back to having it above, just reset and re-arm with these drills. Let's go.
My name's Eddie. Forehand transformation and the footwork course that Grant has given us, truly inspiring. I mean, my shots are getting so much better and my footwork's really improved. Accelerated systems teaching gets results very fast. I mean, I'm seeing them within a matter of days. I would recommend, highly recommend these courses. I feel as if mentally I'm getting better. Fantastic stuff. Thanks, Grant. You're a brilliant coach.